Well, well, well. Welcome back to another episode of What the Hell is NQ Doing? Yo, I missed you guys. I was busy yesterday, so um I figured it'd make more sense to talk on the distribution of the week anyway. So, um this is where I want you guys to be again, not just for profits, but I need you to be able to be a reliable, oh shit, can't type today, narrator in the chart. What, like, when we talk about why price goes up or down, I'm not talking specifically about like, hey, well, obviously there's a bunch of purple candles, it's clearly going upward. I'm asking why? Why? So for example, like, you know me, I'm blind as fuck without sessions on and my weekend Saturday, Sunday. And again, I've said this in one of my earlier videos, but shout out to Peasy who put me onto this. Because years ago, I used to organize this with like a different like indicator, but this is like the cleanest way to that really got my brain so used to all the patterns day in and day out, right? So we always talk about, again, it's not price and time, but it's time and price. So that's why when you see certain things in the marketplace, and why you have to ask yourself a certain question, like, yo, when we talk about bias, a lot of people ask me, like, yo, well, is NQ bullish? Are we bearish? My typical response is, well, what do you mean by that? Because depending on your intention, I'll give you a different answer. If you're telling me you're trading today, or my bad, you're trading on this Tuesday here, yes, it's bullish. The bias on the day is upward, yes. Now we can come in here and figure out why it went upward, right? And this is where I want you guys to be more into not just like, hey, I'm on the 1 minute chart, 5 minute chart, 15-minute chart, and staring at that thing all day and not giving yourself actual context as to why price needs to move higher or lower. Okay. And when it comes to then for profits, okay, again, you're trying to find a way to trade how you feel comfortable, but still operate based on the algorithm's perspective. I've said that so many times. And so what that means is if you look slightly to your left, right? I sound like somebody on an airplane. If you look slightly to your left, you will find we are in a fair value gap. And if you are understanding of price this week, you understand weekly profile, you understand AMD, and when you get to this Tuesday high of the week, Wednesday distribution, you need to strap on your seatbelts because this is going to move. And how do we know? Listen, like I said, when we talk about bias, right? You need to have a clear intention. And right now, I'm watching some skate videos. Like it's funny, I'm talking on YouTube and watching YouTube, but um I'm watching older video, PJ Ladd's Wonderful Horrible Life. This reminds me of when I first started skating. And I mean, obviously, bro, when you start anything, you're like so new to it. You have to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again until you get comfortable. That's why in trading, people normally will have that like, well, if this doesn't work for me in X amount of time, it's not for me. This is not really the type of sport you want to do that with. It takes time to see these. day in and day out, week after the next, right? And so when you're looking at information, right? Again, you're trying to decide what your intention is. Are you looking to trade London? Are you looking to trade New York? You're already trying to figure out by time first what your intention is. And from there, we go into function. So obviously, bro, when we talk about stuff like this, and let me get it less annoying, all right? So we're talking about this gap here, okay? Monday drove up. We made this high of the week. We touched down right with this imbalance here. And again, like I said, if you're looking to be a trader on this Tuesday, right? You already took out this Monday. My bad. Wednesday. I keep looking at the days wrong. So this Wednesday is again turtle soup setup to go long. Okay. Once this pops in, it needs to trade away and trade back into a kill zone. 8 to 11. 10 o'clock in the morning, you're bullish. Make some money, be done. All right. Now look, the reason why I gave you the context there is because, mind you, the whole time you're staring at, you know, all this price action here, and a lot of people do still get confused in here only because London made this nice move down, but they're still not thinking about the fact that when are you expecting the imbalance to fill? So every time you see this upward price action, in your mind, you're like, you know what? I might not be right every time, but I know damn well that this upward price action, we need to get back in that gap. It's unfilled. Gaps fill, don't they? And again, I'm teaching you guys how to narrate. And again, you don't have to be Jimmy Neutron. You could narrate in a very simple way to where it's comfortable for you. You don't have to apply all the stuff that you don't like to apply to your trading. I mean, unless you don't like liquidity, you're forced into that one. I'm sorry. But I'm saying, look at this. Connect the dots better. So you go up here. This is not going to stop. Why? Because we have yet to fill this imbalance, and it's the end of the week. And every single time you jump into this imbalance, what does it do? Up, back down, up, back down, up, back down, obviously. But what I'm saying is, when are you expecting this to really make that move? When? You're not just going to randomly expect this every single day. You're not looking for it every session. You're already understanding that price is a time-based puzzle. Yo, that kickflip shifty was so sick. Oh my God. That was great. Yo, Ryan Galan is really good. Um, the way he skate is really unique. Yeah, wow. Does all these shifties. But anyway, it's funny because I get DMs about like my videos and they're like, bro, you go off on the wildest tangents. You'll say that like has nothing to do with trading at all. And it'll be completely random. 2 minutes later, I'm back talking about imbalances and shit. That's because my brain is faster than my mouth. And I said this on my live stream today, but I've always been like that. I'll fuck shit up in my sentences because I'm thinking faster. But long story short, you got to think about why price is doing what it's doing. So again, not just for profits, but you're asking yourself, why are we going up here? Okay, we have an unfilled imbalance. Again, this is the easiest one. I want to mention it a few times so you get my vibe. So when it leads you into this week here, and let's get focused. All right. Now, oh man, and I just smoked some gas too. I'm not gonna lie, but we get ready to smoke some more. But when I'm looking at this Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Because we've been doing this on the channel, in a routine-based way as well. And again, I haven't even left my hour chart yet. When I get to the lower time frame, you're gonna really be like, dog, I see what you mean about being intentional with your objective and how you like to trade. Therefore, when you ask me, yo, is NQ bullish, bearish? If I know that you're a day trader, I'll say, well, it's Tuesday, it's Monday, So if I know you trade Mondays, I can give you the game for it. You're going to be looking for scalps primarily because it's going to be annoying offering you more than one objective at a time. You get one nice bullish move here, you get another New York down move here, and then right when you're kind of in this area here, it's already creating this for liquidity anyway. So you're not going to be too into like, you know, the Monday just taking all this wild liquidity. You're already understanding of the price action here. You're not scared of it and you know how to handle it. So when you get to a manipulation, and again, AMD is shown through you on the week already. This is why I don't trade Mondays. Like, take Monday to do other shit. Do your laundry, go hang out with your girlfriend, go skateboarding, like play Yu-Gi-Oh, like do other shit. Seriously, you don't have to worry about Monday. Yo, I'm so stupid, bro. I don't care if you guys laugh or not. I crack myself the fuck up. And so, like, this Monday, right? Again, I'm trying to tell you guys, you're not missing a thing. I'm trying to tell you. When you get to this Tuesday here, and I'm gonna zoom in because again, I want to keep this locked just so we know. Again, gap is what the focus is every time we went up in this area. Now, you might be asking like, yo, but if the gap is gonna work so well, then why the fuck do we go up there like 80 times before the move? What do you think it needs to do if it's gonna make this big of a fucking move? Okay, so this is how you get not confused every single time that you're seeing price like make these little lows in here. You're already understanding why price came down. Again, talking about why. Outside of profits, we're already simply understanding how to be a better narrator. Hey, so I see we're in this gap up here. We are clearly making all this sell side liquidity so we could jam down and take all of it in one foul swoop. And you got to think about what the mentor says. I refer to him like that. So like smart money is doing what? They loading up, bro. They're loading up on you. Every single time that you're trying to sell this shit, or my bad, buy this shit, they're loading up on you and they sell it down. And again, bro, these are some people who are, again, when these are rebalancing PD arrays like big ass fair value gaps and order blocks, this internal liquidity is going to cause all this smart money to accumulate all these uh new opportunities. So when they're building a position, they can't do it all at once. It's going to be bow, 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 bow. Next thing you know, it's 700 million right here getting taken through the marketplace. You feel what I'm saying? You have to look at this as nothing but liquidity because all this is in your way as a big ass wall, castle wall, right? And so when you get to A, again, I talked about Monday being A, which is accumulation. Now let's take all the stupid shit off. That's what I wanted to do. And keep those. All right. Now again, the only thing we're going to keep on is again, we're going to box it up. Let's change colors too, because I hate that. Let's do pink. All right. So again, buy side and sell side liquidity on your Monday is completely fair game. When you open this week, isn't it? It's fair game. So when you're looking at this, you're not really giving a fuck what it does. Again, I'm not trading it. You probably shouldn't either. I mean, you can if you want to, but you need to be in a more scalping sort of mindset. Unless you know that, again, we talked about why a Monday is going to go crazy sometimes and why it makes you guys want to trade the Monday because you're looking for this shit all the time. We talked about there's two sides of the coin, right? That means it's either A, M, D, right? Or the Monday does way too much and then Tuesday becomes accumulated, making this XA, M. Yeah, right. And so the reason why I'm like saying it like that is because a lot of people will be really into some of the other more advanced, fun-looking concepts, but you still can't make a dollar because you're confused on how it functions at a certain time. For example, I have people looking for turtle soup all over the place, right? But when I tell you this all the time and why this is what I want you to start focusing on, pair things to time. Not just, hey, I have a high over another high. I'm looking for sales. Okay, I'm with you. But from like what context? You feel me? So this is easy. So today in the live stream, right? The question was when we first popped on, right? It was, and I can give you a visual. Price was looking like this. So like bar. It was like before 10 o'clock. It was right around 9. Yeah, it was like that. So right around this area, right? Do you see how we have this Monday low of the week so far? We have this Tuesday high, okay? And again, just because I can see it, I want to make sure that everybody in my live stream has a full narrative, okay? So I will talk and say, yo, listen, I want you guys to tell me, like, what do you think? Is it Monday low of the week? And do you think so because the Tuesday didn't quite get down there and we went upward? We took the Monday liquidity on the buy side. We didn't take the sell side. Okay. But we already know that Tuesday is infamous for being a high low of the day, or I mean, high low of the day, yes, but high low of the week as well. The Monday low, it happens, sure. But I'm not looking for this as much as I'm looking for Tuesday to be the main attraction. And so I'll be honest with you, right? This is my thing. We talk about gold back levels, and I want you guys to understand this. All right. Whenever you guys see a video that I post about certain levels, all right, okay, understand that when we talk about like these gold back levels and how they um, react from interesting points, okay, watch this. So, knowing how we're on the 243, we actually didn't quite get back up here. We talked about the um, liquidity taken from Monday inside of a kill zone, and we run down. So, Judah swing, okay. When I'm looking for price to do like a clear Judah swing, I'm talking about like here, okay. That means Asia making a crazy move, right? Doesn't normally stop till about London, all right. So when we talk about bias for a certain amount of time, okay, we already see how we've been playing from this low EXT level and up here to this EQ level on our 243. And the reason why I know you're going to ask me without me thinking about it, the 243 is really good because it's like a natural wireframe. It's a bigger partition to where it's not like a 27 that gets ripped through every 10 seconds. You can actually come in more than one day and see what price needs to do, possibly in terms of highs and lows. So if you're playing inside this range, maybe you were bullish on the Monday and you caught it from the EXT level and you got out right at EQ. Bro, that's a fire trade. Fire trade. There's nothing wrong with that. And somebody else is going to say, hey, well, like, why does it go slightly outside of this? Stop run. It needs to take some form of liquidity now before making an up move. Okay. So my thing is, and it's the same thing here. And you'll ask me, let's go down. All right. Let's go. Oh, wait, I missed it. I moved it. That's fine. All right, here we go. Now, do you see what I mean about already being intentional about your trading? If you're a day trader, That means whatever you're doing in here, you're focused on today and possibly um, previous day's high relative to where we are now and previous day's low. So when you get a session style turtle, okay, and again, I'm telling you to add context. So you have a Tuesday over Monday, a day style turtle soup, very valid, very easy to use for the day. You have a session style turtle, very similar. New York is underneath London's low. Asia was already taken pretty much to the downside, and we still had this left open for liquidity, right? So when you start spooling up from a turtle soup, session style, you go up, you already have liquidity from here that you know needs to get taken. Because I always talk about how Asia hardly ever survives. Even though this is like 445 ish, like, yeah, no, fuck that. So I'm grouping this in with Asia, me personally. So all this down run, yeah, I don't believe that is going to stick. Never. And again, you got to look at it this way. Now, understand my eyes do it quickly. You don't have to be this quick. You over time it gets faster for you. Okay. Now watch. Again, why we're bullish. This is a distribution session, isn't it? Lows got taken. Buy side liquidity. Buy side liquidity. Buy side liquidity. It failed to get to these lows by a certain time of the day. And look, you're met with a displacement, fair value gap, more buy side liquidity. You feel what I'm saying? But you have to understand, this gets capped. You can't get down here by 8:30, 8:45. Notice how this is 9:30, 11. You are nowhere close to this thing when you're almost coming out of the kill zone. You are nowhere close to that thing. You feel what I'm saying? You got to learn how to verify things by time, my guy or girl. My man just did a dark slide on that. Yo, that was crazy. He's trying to dark slide a handrail. Oh my God. Yo, he really landed that. That was crazy. I didn't know he was doing that. Anyway, so like, this is all, again, if we're bullish, I've said it before, we're going to respect what? Bullish PD rates. Yes. You feel me? All right. Now, this is why we keep things organized. All right. Now, here, we've talked on this. You can always see like why the hour is my favorite. It's very balanced. I can see everything I need to see. I can see liquidity very easily. I can see highs and lows of session. I can see liquidity very easily. I can see when a session is underneath the other. That's why these are on for me. I don't have to fucking go in individually and try to put too much effort on the visuals here. I'm a visual learner. I never did well in school. So I don't fucking listen. I talk too much. So like when you see stuff like this, notice again we talked about the Tuesday high of the week, which is a typical high of the week type of day to look for. All right. And this run down, of course. But A, M, and then of course D for distribution is going to send us into a long, insane price swing. A lot of people aren't ready for it, and they look back on this and think, "Oh, this never going to happen again, man. I can't believe I missed it." Blah blah blah. But we know as algo-based traders, this is nothing but output for the cycle. This is already to be expected. I told everybody last night, it's distribution. Just get ready for tomorrow. We got some money to make. I'm telling you, man, you have to understand this. And look, you say, well, why is this bullish, like you said? You have a sell side Monday, London, bullish New York. You have sell side London, bullish New York, and it takes out liquidity this time. This is your manipulation. It needed this to then form your high of the week, to then make your distribution A massive down run because you already have the liquidity in place. Think about the puzzle. Jay, I thought you said we're macro bullish. Dog, I did. But when I say that, and again, why I was about to pull that out and I wanted to wait because I wanted to explain it to you, is watch. When you get to some of these bigger PO3s, you tell me if this is bearish to you. All right. This is what I showed my students today, and again, I'm hyped that because they're really doing well. I'm hyped up. Now look, you tell me. I showed this on this channel a couple videos ago. I'm gonna show it again. You tell me, my guy. Is this really like macro sell side to you? And you see how quickly my eyes go right toward that shit. We get it. We get it. But like I said, there are things that we have that cause price to do these smaller objectives. But we got to think, right? Now, we're not completely ruling out the sell side how like it's never possible. I'm not doing that. But what I am saying that it's just kind of hard to outside of this PO3 liquidity here, we done already seen this low like 71 times. You feel me? So when I see something like this doesn't really concern me as much. Now, there is a crap load of liquidity underneath that. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's wide open. That's the only reason why I would look for this. But at the same time, we're trying to verify exactly what price is doing. And if your understanding of algos real quick, right? I just want to be clear with you. All right, watch. This is a low. What's algo to? What level is that? Rejection block, right on the low. You go up. Now, this little imbalance happens to be in your what? Breaker level. Now, that's whatever. That's neither here nor there for now. But my problem is when you see something like this, now again, if I'm wrong, I don't care. But I'm getting you to change your perspective about how you view price. Is this not a possible algo too? Low or rejection block, breaker, fair value, right? And again, I don't give a fuck what it was to do after fair value in this area. You know why? Because the breaker mitigation block can do what? Just start doing either a regular breaker structure or it starts to give you these like a chop fest. You know what I'm saying? We call it the breaker mitigation chop in the Discord. So when you get these types of chop, right, you understand the levels. You understand what these are coded to do. It's gonna be these little one-sided liquidity runs. It's gonna come and make people uncomfortable and shit. It's gonna have these low retracements and shit. But if you were just looking at a 27 or 981 or yeah, any of these lower PO3s, you'd have no problem coming in and saying, yo, you know what? Nah, this motherfucker bullish. I'm not selling that shit. I wouldn't either. But again, while we had such a long range day and we were able to sell that and feel comfortable, even though we're in an actual discount, the 2187 and 729, it takes a little bit to get through. And I'm saying that not like tomorrow or even next week, my guy. But you are going to notice that what? We are in a actual discount. No matter what you say to me about it, we're in a discount. And this is one of the bigger PO3s. 729 and 2187 discount. Come on now. You feel what I'm saying? Now, actually, hold on. Let me check the 729. Let me not assume. Let's make sure. Because 2187 is, we could have a different perspective here. Exactly. See what I mean? So they share a low. That's what I meant to say. So they share a low here. 19683. See that? Okay. Shared low. But this is what I'm talking about. us being on a daily chart, all we did was come into the 729 high, and it created a sell side reaction. But do I think that this is going to tank us all the way back to Hail Mary? I don't know, man. I don't think so. Because even look at this. I'll be honest. If this was so bearish, why are we still here? Why did we go down to a discount? If this is Tuesday high of the week, I would like to see this get filled in at least to EQ. So I do want to respect that we're in a 729 premium. But then again, we're operating from weekly profile, selecting and avoiding. I understand how conflicting this looks. And a lot of people get so fucked up by that. But again, we talk about objectives. Chart can have more than one at a time. And like I said, if this was going to take a lot longer to get through, you might as well not freak out over this and just have an understanding that we are mostly going to look to go up. And again, towards the election, only 2, not even 3 weeks away. Do you think our stock market and our futures market is going to be non-lethargic to the downside during an election? This will cause people to go into a fear, especially in times of unity where people need to vote. Why would we have things like a scary stock market going down, 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 discouraging people from feeling positive about their economy? Think about that. Ooh. But I want you to understand, this is a higher objective. So I don't want you to freak out every time you see something that's a slightly different perspective on your gold back levels. And so that's why, again, I always come with time and price first. We always talk about structure first. And again, it's simply A, M, and then D. Now, how we knew that was going to work was this imbalance here from just last week on an hour chart. It's a 4-hour, 1-hour imbalance made put together. They both share an imbalance. And you had hella liquidity, even from last week. Now, again, if I want to be real annoying, right? So by the time we got to like, halfway, during our distribution, I noticed something. And remember what I said earlier about Asia. I say this all the time. Asia never survives. So I was getting asked, like, yo, do you guys like, where do we think this thing is going, right? And we're not just focused on dealing range. I want you to understand you don't have to be reliant on that. If you feel as though you want to use the levels but don't know structure like that, you're not like super forced into anything. But I do want you to understand the market structure to where you're going to have a more fun time, even with your goal back levels. And that's why I'm here, bro. And that's why I have a mentorship, bro. Because the same stuff that I talk about on YouTube, this shit basic, bro. All this shit basic. All this shit basic, bro. All the advanced stuff that we do, it's in the Discord. None of this stuff is really difficult, honestly. But I'm here because I want to teach you. It is not very hard. But what you do need to do, Holmstone, I do need you to be more creative in the marketplace. Understand this is your artwork. I've said that before as well. This is nothing but a puzzle, and you need to get good at time first, price second. Because if that's the case, bro, if you're not thinking about time and functionality of the marketplace, you're going to be baited into all this dumb shit. Think about it. You're going to be buying this, and trying to buy this shit too. Because you would turn right back into a retail trader, even though you understand smart money concepts, ICT concepts. You feel me? Don't do that. Understand shit. Again, I said the other day, I need you guys to understand the marketplace better to the point where you become a reliable narrator. And so you got all this here, right? Let's talk about this. This is a good video. Watch. 9:30 to 10 o'clock. What are you looking at there? Let's check it out. Let's select bar and go there. That's what I wanted to do. Now to the 1 minute. And like I said, me being a market structure expert, I want you to be the same way. All right. Why did I put this in a box? I'll give you like 10 seconds to think about it. And okay. A lot of people in my Discord will always debate whether it's a good time to trade like before 9:30, after 9:30. And my answer to that is it's not really about before or after. It's about what you're offered that makes the most sense to you. But typically, I'll say this about open 9:30. It's not fucking fun half the time. You're not missing anything half the time. Yes, there's those days where you have a move start like, 8:50 to 9:10 or, like slightly before, and that's whatever. But it's not often, or especially on the setups that I like, which are A plus or B plus, right? I'm looking for A, B grade setups. So if I'm looking for 9:30, this is yo, oh my God. This is the nothing but fuck your account up model right here. You feel me? So like basically from 9:30, you're gonna feel me on this 9:46, 47, 48, 49, and this is your 9:50 candle. And notice how you guys understand macros, just giving a visual. There you go. Why is this important? Do you understand what a macro does? Or if you don't, this is the spooling of price into a structure that causes a massive move. It's the spooling to a structure that will then cause a massive move. And when does it stop? 10-10. This is one singular move. Now, I want you to be hip to something. Now, again, I just said you don't want to be you don't want to just start being a world class chart chaser. Leave the shit alone. I'll say it like this. Some people will say, well, man, maybe I could have got in. No, just leave it alone. Seriously. This is not fun. This one candle alone, it goes up about 100 ticks. This candle, right back down for another almost 200 ticks. No, you're not trying to hold that. I'm telling you that now. And this is a whole half an hour of dumb shit. Why? You'll probably have lost some equity before even the real move. Now your confidence is messed up. You're trying to get your money back now. This is already a less than positive experience, and the day's not even started yet. Stop doing that shit. Wait. Understand macros. And if you don't want to take that one, take the next one. And look what it does. This is what I'm talking about. You can fucking wait. Look at this. What is this? Macro starts. What is this? Now, this one's tough. If you don't see this one, I don't even blame you. All right? Now listen. This is a inverse fair value gap. Now, the macro spooling to an inverse fair value gap, these I find less fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. Although you could probably use this one up here if you really so desire. Now, I don't really, it's not bad. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a bad one. And the IOFED is clean. Yeah. But this is what I'm saying about the inverse, okay? This is not fun. And again, we're talking about the spooling to a structure. This was wide open, right? And I was looking up here at the time. I'm like, bro, I know the macro's here, but like, what is it referencing? And I'm sitting here, look like 2 minute chart. You feel me? I'm trying to sit there like, dog, is there like an imbalance in this bitch that we like tapped into? Any order blocks for anything? Now I thought it was this one. Nah, I went too high. Maybe that one. No, we're not up there. I'm like, bro, really trying to figure it out, right? Mind you, I look at this shit like as soon as it dips down the way it does, it popped into my brain. Oh no, yeah, inverse fair value gap. I got it. Because again, we already had the bias at this point. You feel me? So when we're just talking about macros in general, this is why, again, spooling to structure. Watch this. Now, you can take this one if you want. Now, again, I will argue though that we are in that huge imbalance already from the hour from last week. But I mean, the macro, especially there, I want something closer. You know what I mean? Typically. And so this is what I also found here. That fair value gap being respected. And if you don't believe me, just because there's wicks there, I don't give a fuck because I turn them off sometimes. And there you go. There's your gap, unbroken. LOL. But what I give more of a fuck about, not a wick, I give more of a fuck about the body's respecting. So my whole point is that was a little joke. Shut up. So when you see shit like this, notice the bodies, bodies, the bodies. That sounds funny. Look at that, right? Bodies, just all in here, respecting. I don't want you to get bodied because you didn't see a body, didn't close down here. And what do? Regular fair value gap, double tap to light. And again, right here you go. This imbalance gets filled, but what does it do? It's a bullish imbalance, but it's obviously not like actually bullish on the day. So what is it going to do instead? It's going to react for a second, have a small objective, needs to be met again with some selling. It's going to leave in one, maybe a measuring or maybe a breakaway gap. We don't care. We don't need everything filled at once. We don't need everything. It'll come back up there at some point when we get back bullish and fill it in. Whatever. But what I'm saying is, since this is already obviously like a big major one, and again, we're only on a 1 minute, it sticks out like a sore thumb. So when we get back down here, boom, you go bullish and down. Notice how you consolidate for a second and you drop. This candle right here, what does it do? It pops right back into that imbalance real quick. And you sell it right there. So you feel that. And what do? You aim at sell side liquidity. Why do we know it's going to work? Because you're in a macro. And what does that do? It's the spooling of price to a structure that then gives you a massive move. You feel what I'm saying? Do I give a fuck about the 1150 to 1210 macro? You betcha. Watch this. There you go. Now, I'm not encouraging you to trade the 12 o'clock hour. It's not very fun. But you can trade the macro because you're done 10 minutes after 10. Or 12 rather. 10 minutes after 12, yeah. And look, how do you navigate this? Sell side liquidity because you're sell side. You're not looking for buy side liquidity to be taken all crazy other than just shorter term liquidity. All the ones on your uh buy side, mostly on the day, are going to remain longer term and intermediates. Intermediate high, right? Because we're balancing something. Now, watch this, okay? You have another imbalance here, and we come down. I talked about those Asia lows from last week. We never took them, bro. We never took them. That's what had my mind boggled. I'm like, bro, this is so cool. I love, like, even after all these years, bro, I still get so fascinated by the algorithm. And that's why I'm here every day with you guys, because I love this shit, bro. I'm trying to help you change your life. It's just so clean, bro. Oh shit, I forgot. I was working with my hands. Y'all didn't remind me. I forgot. Had to roll a blunt real quick. And so we have the Judah swing coming up. Judah swing video. All right. We got the Judy coming up next. That would be fun. And so I just wanted to jump on here real quick, do a little one-on-one mentoring session with you. And you guys are my students now. Whether you like it or not, you sub to this channel, you're my student now. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Special video at 250 subs too. We're almost at 200. So tell your friend to tell a friend to tell his mom and his cousin, uh, and his girlfriend. Sub to the channel.